Let's go to the drugstore and get some DMT. Let's go to the drugstore and we'll get some LSD. Let's go to the drugstore and we'll do some STP. Let's go to the drugstore and I'll buy an ounce of weed. Let's go to your backyard and look for your stash. Let's go to your backyard 'cause I like to smoke some hash. Let's go to your backyard or you're gonna get a lash. Let's go to your backyard 'cause I'd like to get smashed. Let's go to the village and there we will get stoned. Let's go to the village 'cause I'm straight as a bone. Let's go to the village and we'll probably cop some dough. You better get me stoned or I won't call you no more. Don't step on that roach. You might as well step on my head. Don't step on that roach, 'cause you know it's not quite dead. When you're lying around and you wanna smoke, just roll yourself a joint and toke, toke, toke now. Don't step on that roach. You might as well step on my head. Don't step on that roach. You might as well step on my head. There's still lots more dough, lots more heads to be fed. For the sake of a butt or maybe a cough, get out of your rut and get right off now. Don't step on that roach. You might as well step on my head. Tra-la-la, boom, chicka-boom, chicka-boom. Tra-la-la, boom, chicka-boom, chicka-boom. Tra-la-la, boom, chicka-boom, chicka-boom. Tra-la-la, boom. Don't burn up your lips. Don't get smoke in your eyes. Watch the fingertips. They might be some other guys. For the sake of a butt or maybe a cough, get out of your rut and get right off now. Don't step on that roach. You might as well step on my head. I could be sitting with no one around me when something will suddenly fall. I could be driving down the highway when my car will suddenly stall. I could be watching my favorite program when my set will suddenly cease. Here's the reason why all this happens, 'cause my baby put a spell on me. a way to get me back. What an awful thing to do. I get so paranoid just walking by myself, 'cause anything I do will upset her, and I'm not gonna let her practice her magic on my body, 'cause anything in the world could appear. I see visions of things that have passed me, 'cause my baby put a spell on me. She stays home and studies her voodoo. One of these days will be the end of me. When this happens, I'll be happy, 'cause my baby put a spell on me. What a way to get me back. What an awful thing to do. I get so paranoid just walking by myself, 'cause anything I do will upset her, and I'm not gonna let her practice her magic on my body, 'cause anything in the world could appear. I see visions of things that have passed me, 'cause my baby put a spell on me. 'Cause my baby put a spell on me. 'Cause my baby put a spell on me. Down to Tweed to get me some weed that I had grown from the seed. But when I got there, I found a slipper and a note signed Jack the Ripper. Said, tough luck, buddy, you're ripped off. I need some help, well, I'll call a cop. Thank you for the pound of grass. When I blow it, boy, I'll get smashed. Well, the dope must have hit old Jack's head, 'cause the Ripper was as good as dead. I'm much brighter and so much hipper. I look for a guy wearing a slipper. Well, I looked near and I looked far. I looked by train and I looked by car, in search of a guy wearing a slipper, that dirty cusser to Jack the Ripper. Well, I was about to quit when then one day this guy walks up, says, are you gay? For want of a word, I said, yay. Well then, friend, I'll walk this way. He took me to a house on a lovely roof. There I saw the louse, he gave me a goose. I said, Jack, oh, I love yous. Then we began to hoochie-coo. Me and Jack lived as man to man, a ripping weed from the land. In a house by a river, drinking wine from a slipper, saying different strokes for different folks. Do your number and dig yourself. Don't want your off-color jokes, 'cause you're the one that needs the help. You're the one that needs the help. Once there was a sweet young boy who ran away from home, came to the city, hungry and all alone. Wandered round the lonesome city, money he had none, till a nice young man took him home, and there he turned him on. He stayed with him for a year or two, until he didn't need a helping hand. Then he left to fulfill his dream and joined the psychedelic band. He worked until the hassle started, but still he can't explain why the band split and he was on the road again. He looked for work, but he couldn't find none, and by now the winter it had come. He went back to school, but oh, what a fool. He was soon in the city again. Now he drives a cab for the city people. It is the only job he could obtain. But it won't be long, I can feel it in my blood. He'll soon be on the road again. He'll start a band and he'll make it sick, for he has the knowledge of a worm. But soon I know that it will split, and he will have to go home to Norman and Valerie and all the street freaks at the gallery. Could ever be Worm's woman except Valerie. She can handle the action. She gave him satisfaction any time of day. No one in the world could ever be Worm's woman except Valerie. She stays in bed all of the day. She never does work. She's always at play with Worm. But it's a pity and a shame, but she's not Worm's woman no more. But soon she'll ascend, making silly demands, and he'll send her out that door. No one in the world could ever replace Worm's woman. She was the best. She had the nicest taste. I wouldn't mind feeling it myself, but Worm won't let me. And anybody would gladly be the woman that Worm would want her to be. So if you got plans, just throw them away, 'cause you might be the woman he needs. You might be the woman he needs. So don't take a chance. Oh yeah. You said that you would take a ride, and I'd get off with probation. But now I know that you lied, as I sit busted in the station. And I do remember getting high with a friend or two. Now I'm sitting at home, toking alone, and I hear a voice beside me saying, "Hey man, pass the joint." Yes, I'm sitting at home, toking alone. You used to like to hear my songs, but now how I write them in your bathroom. I must have did something wrong, and still I wonder while you're gone. And I do remember silly things like a family dream, and I'm traveling on even alone. And I hear a voice inside me saying, won't you please come home? And I'm coming home soon, even alone. Nothing could be finer than to have a 69er in the morning. They call her pig, they call her slob, they call her filthiest chick in town. But I don't care what the people may say. I still love her and she charges me less each day. They call her pig of the valley. They say she's a hand-me-down, literally by hands, not enough by brains. She's the filthiest chick in town. They call her pig of the valley. They say she's a hand-me-down, literally by hands, not enough by brains. She's the filthiest chick in town. They call her pig, pig. They call her slob, slob. They call her filthiest chick in town. But I don't care what the people may say. I still love her, yes, and do all those nasty things to her. Yeah? She makes me feel right at home. Come more. Tickle me, baby. More. And she charges me less each day. Good. They call her pig. Nothing could be sweeter than to get right down and eat her in the morning. I quit school when I was 13 and bought me an electric guitar. Everybody asked me what I wanted to be. I said one day I'm gonna be a superstar. Yeah, one day I'm gonna be a superstar. They all laughed at me when I was in grade 9 because I didn't care much for school. Every morning I would hit my daddy's homemade wine, and people used to say I wasn't cool. And I said, hey people, you're the fools, 'cause I'm sitting thinking, playing, drinking my whole silly life away. And if I could stand, I'd take your hand, let you drive me to LA. In a year I made the grade and got me a job or two. One of those times I even got paid, but at least now I knew what to do. And I wasn't gonna let it fall through. So I got me a gig playing country music, though it did not pay. And I bought me a Martin and a king-size carton of McDonald's Export A. Yes, I bought me a Martin and a king-size carton of McDonald's Export A. 'Cause I'm sitting thinking, playing, drinking my whole silly life away. And if I could stand, I'd take your hand, let you drive me to LA. Yes, if I could stand, I'd take your hand, let you drive me to LA. Nothing could be cuter than to know you're gonna shoot her in the morning. Toronto's getting polluted and the air is thick. And if you try to breathe it, I know you will get sick. We've got lots of factories with giant machines, and if you get too close, they'll carry you out in a limousine. So I'm gonna move out to Newfoundland where the air is clean, and everyone wears strange clothes and you think it's Halloween, where no one believes in drugs because they're bad for your head. And if you try to sell them some, you'll end up dead. I'm gonna stay in the city where the air is thick. And if you try to breathe it, I know you will get sick. Where I can smoke some grass and do some LSD. And when I run out of that, I'll probably get some STP. Oh, I'm gonna stay in the city, I can get anything I need. And if I don't feel like sleeping, I'll probably do a hit of speed, where I can stay wasted and play in a rock and roll band. I'm gonna stay in the city. Toronto, the smog-filled city. And say to hell with Newfoundland. Besides, it's for greasers anyway. Nothing could be finer than to have a 69er in the morning. Son, if you wanna be a rock and roll star, you better forget it. 'Cause the agents won't give you a break and you can bet on it. They'll peddle you off for whatever they can so they can stay alive. So you'll end up playing some dirty, greasy dive. There's a town that I once played, its name I will not say. It took us 7 hours to drive there one day. It took us 20 minutes to set up the whole band. It was way out in the woods and it must be why no one came. The operator said play, and play it real loud. And before the song is over, you'll have a tremendous crowd. I said, where you gonna get people out here? I don't know. He said, if you don't like my club, you can pack up and go. So we packed up our equipment and we bumped some money for gas. We got back to the city and my head was spinning fast. I hadn't eaten in a day or two and we were still on the road. So I phoned up my agent and to his house I did go. He said, boys, I just got a call from the operator. He said you didn't do too good, so don't you expect gigs later. I said, do you know what type of band we are? Why did you put us there? He said, I did it for money, but your talent, I don't care. So son, if you wanna be a rock and roll star, you better forget it. Cause the agents won't give you a break and you can bet on it. They'll pedal you off for whatever they can so they can stay alive. And you'll end up playing some dirty, greasy dive. You'll end up playing some dirty, greasy dive. Yeah, you'll end up playing some dirty, greasy dive. Nothing could be finer than to have a 69er in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than to get right down and eat her in the morning. Nothing could be cuter than to know you're gonna shoot her in the morning. Nothing could be finer than to have a 69er